始。
So last time I talked about a unique friendship in Chinese history. So this time I'm gonna talk something different because this lesson is about the final and the end of the chaos time in China and became a status of tranquility, peace, and a very stable time in Chinese history. And this is the unique time in Chinese history that became all united. Seven kingdoms after 700 years of fightings, conflicts, and evolution. So there's a country called Qing, and I talked about this country for several times before, and it emerged as a very weak kingdom in the west part of China. But after hundreds of years of development and improvement in art, culture, and the military, it became the most powerful kingdom in inland China at that time. So it began its process of united all seven countries. This began as a very difficult task because none of the kings can achieve this achievement before in 700 years. There are seven countries in the land. First, the biggest country is Qing, but also in the rest six countries, they are Chu, Zhao, and Qi. They are also very powerful sometimes. They are also very powerful. So he wanted to unite the whole six countries. But some powerful men figure out what Qing want to do, and they form a unity of six countries to defeat Qing. It points out that defeating Qing will be very easy if six countries cooperate with each other without their personal expectations, and they can actually defeat Qing and make this country into a state of chaos and save the six countries. But actually they are not very united and they're not very cooperative. When they met each other in the land and had a very bad fight with Qing, they lose the war because they are not very united. And some of the soldiers in some of the countries didn't want to fight together with others. So it became a very chaos situation that Qing defeats other six countries, all of the soldiers together, and this proved out to be a very magnificent win and victory. This give Qing a step to enter other six countries. First obstacle in Qing's route to enter the six countries, Zhao. Zhao is actually very powerful after ruling of several great kings, and they have very strong armies. But at that time, all of the powerful ministers and generals are actually very old. An old general called Lian Po still want to fight. He told the king he can still lift the weight of 300 pounds and shoot targets 500 meters away. So it's really hyperbole, but the king believed in him and sent a strong army with him. He got many ramparts and facilities to defend his country. When Qing met his army, he didn't have big-scale fightings, but instead he hid in the castle and make Qing's food and hay became very small. When this kind of solution nearly succeeded, something bad happened because the king said this general didn't have much of progress and didn't defeat much of the enemies, so he didn't. So the king is very angry and lets him go back home and change another general. And the king knows there are general who really loves fighting big-scale wars. So he sends spy to recommend this man to fight with Qing's army. And the king thinks this is very good idea, so he sent a new general to lead the army. The new general is an aristocracy. He knows a lot of things about tactics and how to fight, but he didn't have real experiences. He really loved like big scale wars and fighting in front of all of his soldiers. But it proved out what he done is really something called a chaos. He led the army out of the ramparts and castle and fight with Qing, who outnumbered them. When they fight together, the general ran at the first position. He ran in front of his own army, and so he was killed, the first one. So after losing their commanders, the army failed, and lots of armies surrendered to Qing's army, and they were all killed by Qing's general because some mysterious reasons. This is, I think, the biggest and most terrible mass killing in ancient war in China. After cleaning up Zhao's castles and countries, it actually ruined most of other countries except Chu and Qi. Qi is very weak, so they didn't attack them because they think they can attack them very easily. So they attacked Chu. Chu is actually very strong at that time. They asked the generals in the commanders, said how many people will be needed to conquer this country. One young general said, I think 300,000 people will be enough. So he leads 300,000 people to do the war, but he failed and lose most of his army. And another general lead 700,000 people again, and this proved out impregnable for the Chu's. So the Chu's army lose lots of wars, and the king surrendered. The famous leader and famous poet in Chu called Qu Yuan was very sad because he found that his king surrendered, and now the army is willing to fight and willing to give another defense. So he jumped into the river and died. Because the people loved him very much, so they threw rice dumplings into the water to let the fish didn't eat his body. So rice dumpling is invented and being ate by Chinese people for many years. But this is something else. And finally, all of the countries surrendered, and all of the kings were captured by Qing's army. And the Qing actually united all 7 countries and became the most powerful and the first grand empire in Chinese history. And all of the people, all of the places, all of the castles and local kings all surrendered and served for the greatest king. And this proved out to be Chinese glorious history's beginning. So after finish the unity of 7 kingdoms, we want to talk about 7 kingdoms time, and we will enter next time ages or era in Chinese history. But I think this period of time proved to be very interesting because its culture, its military all changed rapidly and changed totally from things and culture systems before. So this is a time not only of wars, chaos, but a time of development and improvement. This kind of evolution is inevitable, and it proves out Qing's unity is also inevitable. It is said, there's a saying goes by Chinese Asian people, that if all of the kingdoms separate too long time, there's a mysterious power will let them unite together. When they are united 2 more times, there will be small conflicts, and the country will be separated to some more. So some small kingdoms. So this kind of process is inevitable in Chinese history for so many years until now. So this is the end of my speech, and I think we've all learned much of things about Chinese history, and this time period in Chinese history about many lessons. I think everyone will be very familiar with the stories. My assignment is let you guys, not assignment, just if anyone is really interested, you can look at my following videos and review my other videos taped before. So this will be some very good improvement. So thank you very much.